Hello, Planty People. Welcome back to Planty Point of View. My name is Janet, and today we're going to go over my 4 favorite plants of October/November. I'm having to combine the 2 months because I missed October, but these are just some of the plants that I've had since then that I am excited to see grow. So let's get started. The first plant that I have is a Hoya, of course. So this is a Hoya caudata Sumatra. I'm hoping this is actually focusing. So let me see if I can get you. This plant came to me unrooted in LECA with the original leaf, which is, let's see if I can show it to you. Down there. So that was the original leaf. You can see it has some of the markings and the ribbed edges. And then I put it underneath some grow lights by a window. It grew this long tendril, and I have 4 new leaves that have been grown in my care. And the most exciting part is that they came out like a pink color. Pretty stressed and red, which is so pretty. But these new leaves do not seem to have the same spotting or markings, or even one of them is getting a crinkled edge, but the rest of them don't seem to have that crinkling edge that the original leaf came with. So I'm kind of confused if I'm doing something incorrect. Maybe it's a humidity problem. But regardless, I am so excited to see this plant grow. And I think that it'll be really interesting to see if they grow with splash or not. But it's grown in LECA. Hopefully you can see there it's rooted. I need to fill the reservoir back up. But it's living its best life, and it has 4 new leaves in my care. So that's super exciting. Alrighty, next plant. I'm going to set that there. Okay, so next plant that we have is this guy. So it's not much right now. So this guy, he's in just a little cup in moss. As you can see, the moss is has a lot of algae. But this is my Dischidia numeroides variegata. So it's a Dischidia, and it's variegated. I believe it's called a string of nickels. Or I'm pretty sure it's a string of nickels. So I'll write it out on the screen, of course, like always. But it's variegated. And so I hunted this down. I had to pay a pretty good amount for a couple of cuttings just because I had asked the seller if they had any. And so they cut it for me and sent it. So the price kind of was a little high, but I am in love. It has already grown a couple of new leaves for me in the cabinet that I set up last time with y'all. So that was the IKEA greenhouse cabinet, which you can kind of see in the background there. It's been growing. It's been living life, has new growth, and it's pretty rooted. The leaves are plump, and so that means it has good watering and has good roots. So I'm excited to see this grow, and it's definitely not anything huge, but hopefully one day it'll trail. I'll eventually have to move it out of moss though, and that'll be a whole different journey. Yes, number 2 favorite for these 2 months is my Dischidia numeroides variegata. Set that there. Okay, so now 3rd plant out of 4. Let's see here. We're gonna go with this one. So this little guy, he's in just a little glass beaker. This is my philodendron pink princess, and I know it's like a cliche plant, everybody's after it. I actually won a raffle not a raffle, I guess it was just a giveaway drawing at a local plant meetup, and it was a 1 leaf cutting with no roots. I rooted it myself, and I actually picked, I guess I didn't know much about the variegation at that point, and you want to pick a mother plant, you want to pick a cutting from the mother plant that has a lot of variegation, because that's kind of the trend that'll continue throughout the new leaves. And I picked the leaf with probably the least amount of variegation out of the pile that they had to choose from, and I don't know why. So I luckily it still gave me some pink leaves, and it's not much, it's not half moons or anything, but I still really love it. And it has a good like sentimental value, because that's probably the first thing I've won giveaway wise in forever. I usually am not lucky like that, so it was super exciting, and so it has a good memory attached to it. So the original leaf was pretty big, and that ended up falling off, but it left me here with really cute pink variegated leaves. Let's see if I can show you. There's another one. See that at the bottom there has variegation, and actually I'm not sure if y'all will be able to see this, but there's 2 plants growing from there. One stem and then one plant growing off of it, and then the original plant that's still growing. It's rooting in water. I have to fill this up again a little bit, and I'm just really letting it acclimate, and I've almost rotted it once or twice, and so I'm not potting it up until I see a lot of roots. But right now it is actually getting ready to pop up another baby right there, and it's so exciting. I think I've been waiting for that one for forever. But this one's just growing out of this beaker, and I'm not mad about it. It has like 6 leaves, and they're kind of small, but I think it's just a cute little guy. And like I said, it has really good sentimental value that I won this, and that somebody was willing to give away a pink princess cutting. So love it. All right, so that's my 3rd plant out of 4 for favorites of these months. My pink princess philodendron. All right, so we're on to the 4th. I recently won a auction. I think it was about a month ago now that I've had this plant, but I won an auction for this Hoya velosa cow dang. I might be saying this incorrectly, so I'm so sorry, but I'll write it out on the screen, of course. It came to me rooted. As you can see, all these roots everywhere. They're like crazy in the cup. Let's see if it'll concentrate on this. Crazy rooted. It looks like it's in coco coir and orchid bark. And then it is rooted all up the stem. I think it was grown in some type of prop box or greenhouse, because these are extremely rooted. It's 3 leaves. Let's see if I can show you a leaf here. 3 leaves, and the coolest part is that they're wavy and kind of like a dragon. I don't know, it reminds me like of a dragon scale. Wavy and kind of long. And so they're so cool. This is leaf number 2 here. And the veining is beautiful in this one. It's dark and it's apparent, very striking veination. And then the little itty bitty baby one over here, I think that's all it grew, especially after shipping it out. This is hard already, so I doubt that it's going to grow more than that. But if you can kind of see, right there is a growth point in the middle. So I'm excited to see this grow another leaf in my care. I'm going to see how well it grows. Possibility is that most likely I don't have the humidity that the seller had, because like I said, it's crazy rooted and it has arrow roots everywhere. So I assume that she had a lot of humidity for the plant. I'm thinking the new growth won't grow as big for me. So we'll see, but I'm excited to see how this grows, and then I am going to have to figure out what to pot this in, since it has roots from here all the way down. I want to make sure that I don't rot it, so I don't know if cutting it would be smart. I don't think the bottom piece would work for anything. I don't know if it would grow any new leaves. if you have any suggestions, please leave them down below. I don't know if it's safe to put it in maybe like a tall cup. I might just use like almost like a grande Starbucks cup, cut holes in the bottom and fill it with a chunky Hoya mix, and just to top off the parts that is rooted in the soil. But for right now, it's still just living like this. It's in a pretty small little tiny cup, like a 2-inch cup. And since it's so top heavy, I am having to set it in this glass right in the middle so that it has something to be supported on. So it's a really weird way to grow this Hoya. But like I said, I just recently got it, and so I'm excited to see how it grows and continues to grow for me in my environment. So yes, that is it for the my favorite plants of this month. Since this video is going to be really short, I am going to kind of add a little bit more here. I need to take care of 2 things. One of them is this Hoya, I believe Lacinosa plant. It's in LECA. I am trying to get it to root. I had to re-root it after I bought it off of somebody, or actually, no, I'm sorry. It was a free giveaway with purchase from somebody who, I guess it got away from her. The care got away from her, and so she wasn't able to take care of it properly, and it started to decline. So she included it in the purchase for free to see if anybody wanted to try to rehab it. So I got it, and it looks like most of the stems are rooting, except for some of them. I think that because I have to re-root it, this plant is too long and it has too many leaves to support the little small roots that it's starting to form. So I think I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces and prop those in water and kind of see how that works. Hopefully those will root. I did it with smaller pieces here and there and random little water propagations I have, and it actually worked. So I think that that would work a little bit better. I wanted to keep it trailing and long just because I think it looks so beautiful, and it takes a while for plants to get that big. But on the same side, on the same thought is that if it's not going to do well and it's not going to root because there's too much foliage, then I'd rather take it off and try to create more plants. We're also going to investigate this. Now this is so sad. I recently got this Hoya Kalina sent to me, I recently bought this Hoya Kalina. Let me see if I could just take it out without making a huge mess. It's in pond, or what looks like pond, and I think I did a mistake. I did not fill a reservoir and leave it in there. This was the one cutting that was rooted, so I suspected it would be okay. When I got here, it looked a little yellow from shipping. Of course, with shipping, things stress, so I wasn't completely worried. But then right now, I was looking through my plants, and they're flopping over. The leaves are floppy, they're yellowing, the stem is shriveling in places. So I think it's rotted, or I forgot to water it so much that it's not going to recover. So I think I'm going to take it out of pond, check the roots. But I'm just so sad. Luckily, I contacted the seller. I'm hoping she'll give me some tips on rehabbing it. I don't think the whole stem is dead, so if I need to cut and propagate in the maybe like stagnum box, then I can do that. But we're going to kind of take a look into this Hoya Kalina that is not doing very well. Okay, so first let's do the cuttings of the Lacinosa. So I got my handy pair of scissors that I almost stabbed myself with on the face. See my table, it's full of plants that I had to move from a windowsill because the cold is coming. Or it was cold for a couple days, and then now it's getting warmer again. So I don't know what it's doing, but I'm going to set this here. Can y'all kind of see this? I'm so far. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to untangle these. So see this like super long root. It's so exciting. And I wish it would, super long stem. I wish that it would root like this, but these leaves are flimsy. So I don't think it's rooted yet, or it's just not enough to support the whole stem. So I'm going to cut it. I see a ton of aerial roots growing, so this is going to be easy, I believe, to root. I think I am going to cut it here. Oh, and if y'all are new to Hoya's, Hoya's does release. Oh no, it's going to drip on the carpet. Okay. I did not prepare for this. Now I'm having to catch Hoya sap, and there's nobody here to help me. Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, 2 seconds. I gotta go get towels. What I was saying is that Hoyas secrete this like white sap when you cut them, and that sap can be itchy to people, and it can also cause like skin irritation is what I mean. It can also kind of stain things. So you learn from me. Get like a little towel and just dab the end, and it usually stops it from flowing out. So let me clean here. Cutting, I'm gonna avoid that. And the lighting is terrible now again. I got this cutting here, and like you can see here, it has roots, aerial roots kind of growing all along, so I don't think it'll be hard to root a piece of it. All right, piece number 1. I'm probably gonna do like 3 or 4 pieces. And then we can root that and have another plant, or pot them all together once it's rooted. So let's see. This one is a long stem without leaves that branches into 2. I'm almost tempted to cut it at the top. Right there. Oh. And it's bleeding, it's bleeding. You dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. Perfect. That stopped it. And where's a piece? Ah! Dab, 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 dab. Okay. And not the dab dance move. Okay, guys? I don't know. I feel like I just aged myself. I'm saying dab dance move. Okay. So, piece number 2. Let's see here. These, I love these. We'll do that there. Okay, we're gonna dab, 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 dab. Thing number 3. And I might cut the longer ones into smaller pieces. We'll see in a second. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this long vine that doesn't have many leaves. There we go. So this vine is one vine that splits into 2, but this part is so bare. If y'all can see any of that, it's bare and there's no leaves, and then there's leaves. So I think I'm just gonna take this whole thing from the bottom here, and it's done. No going back for Janeth. Okay, there's that cutting, and I'm gonna dab, dab, dab. This is a cute little cutting. Couple of nodes, 1, 2, 3 nodes, 6 leaves, a cute little cutting. Okay. Is that a peduncle? Oh my god. I think I cut off a peduncle. Of course I would. Let's see. Oh my god, guys. So here's the cutting. Can you see that? And then right here, I think is a peduncle. This thing right here is soft. I thought it was maybe just a stem, but then I see another one coming in farther up, and I think it's also a peduncle. So I think I totally just cut 2 peduncles on this plant. I mean, they'll still hopefully flower off of this stem, but they might not, because I'm going to stress it out by trying to root it. So that is sad. We shall try though. So I'm not going to mess with that one anymore. I'm not going to cut it twice. That way I won't stress it out even more. I don't know. Does anybody else get stressed out by like cutting their plants? Like I know a lot of people, obviously that's how I get my plants, is from people who sell me cuttings. So they have to cut their plants to sell me the cuttings, but I get stressed out. I like them too much to cut them. I guess maybe I'm just not super confident in the rooting process, so maybe that's part of it. But like, I just think like, what if it dies? But that's crazy because I still have a whole plant, so it's fine. Maybe from this I'll get a couple more plants. Or I could trade some. So total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuttings of Hoya lacunosa. And here they are. Okay, I'm gonna let these callus over a little because they're still just dripping sap, and then we'll put them in water for now. Okay, so this guy, let's go deal with that. I'm gonna have to move y'all to the sink. Okay, y'all, I just took this cutting of a Hoya Kalina out of the pond it was in, and as I suspected, it is root rot. So see how these roots here are stringy? They're really dry. They like come off if you pull. That is root rot. So this cutting rotted in the medium. Maybe I forgot to water, or maybe the shipping caused it. So I am going to use my scissors away everything that's super rotted. So I can attempt to reroot it. Okay. That one looks stringy. I think I'm gonna lose this plant. I'm not sure if I can bring it back. We're gonna try though. So this is what we're left with. And now let's get the baggie. I'm ready. So we have our bag of sphagnum. I don't know, I almost want to prop it in water and see if I can get this to regrow. Maybe I'll cut it in two. Let's see. Might as well try, because at this point, this thing is going downhill fast. See, and that's not a good sign. I cut it and nothing's coming out. Cut a little higher and still nothing is flowing out. It just means it's dead. How about that piece? I don't know. This kind of might be a lost cause, but it's super sad. Let's see if that'll work in there. And see if this will work in here. So just a little bit of water. I'm gonna have to kind of keep this standing. Okay, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video of my favorite Hoyas of October and November. We also did a little bit of cutting and we found a root rot problem. So prayers for me that cutting works. Please leave a like, subscribe if you can. And as always, I'm open for suggestions in the comment box below of what kind of videos y'all would like to see maybe next. And so leave me any comment feedback that you'd like. But till next time, peace out from Planty Point of View. Bye guys.